show is kind of like a pot pie of music sounds. We've got 3 bands. You ready for this? We've got Brill. They made their television debut with Jimmy Kimmel, so we got them second. But second is good because they got out all the kinks with Jimmy, good old Jimmy. All right, also on the show, the Benji Davis Project. They're from Louisiana, and kicking us off, a guy who was ranked in the top 20 guitarists in the world. He's also played with Danger Danger, has a new album out. It's very raw. Andy Timmons. You like he? I like he.
How much thought went into that, or was it just natural once you're in the studio that that's how the sound was going to be for the album?
It was kind of it kind of happened upon that way. We didn't start off with that in mind, but the last record that we put out was on Steve Vai's label, Favored Nations.
Yeah.
And it was a compilation of older material with 5 new songs on it. And the newer songs, there were a few moments on there that were just one guitar and the bass and drums. And one of the comments that Steve Vai had that stuck in my mind was that I really love the sound of the one guitar. You can hear the fret, the fingers on the frets, you know. So I just thought, well, I wonder if I could actually get away with doing an entire record with just that approach.
Safe to assume that with this new album you're going to be heading back over to Japan, because I know that they love you over there.
Japan's been great. No official plans yet, but I would say that's going to happen, absolutely.
What is that like to be so well received over in Japan? Because you're always ranked like in their top 10 guitarists magazines and stuff.
I pay a lot of people.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
So do I.
It was a good thing. Sometimes it takes a. I luckily had my foot in the door for my days in Danger Danger. We first went over in 1990 and really just had a great experience there. And fans there are very loyal, you know. So once we started, releasing, the guitar music that we're doing now. They kind of remember you from that. So that's a foot in the door. Then you obviously want to garner a whole new fan base.
Accomplished quite a bit in your career, everything from having 2 #1 videos on MTV, million albums sold with Danger Danger, to playing with Olivia Newton-John, to playing with, Ted Nugent. How do you rank your accomplishments, and is it career-wise, or do you rank more personal things higher?
There's a lot of personal things that I rank higher that are, even musically, but it's just the people that I've gotten to meet and play with along the way. And Ted was one of those guys that was a big hero of mine.
Oh, we've had him on the show.
Oh, he's a trip, isn't he?
Nuts.
He's just a really great guy. We had a chance to we did a show together, then we got to hang quite a bit, and that was a treat. But it's connections like those along the way of people that have inspired us and have, were the reasons that we play music.
So Andy Timmons is a huge fan of Ted Nugent, the Nuge, so we figured we should have Ted.